I asked ChatGPT, what does it mean to be in the top 1%? Not in dollars in the bank, not in fame or status, but in emotions. Fortune is distributed in more than one way. There's the top 1% of the richest people, the top 1% of the healthiest people, the top 1% of football players. But what about the top 1% in terms of how they feel? The people who've mastered their inner world, who are rich not in what they own, but in what they experience. Paradise inside. You can climb toward the top 1% in almost anything. Money, health, skill, there's always a way to improve. So, what does it mean to climb emotionally? If emotions were a video game, how do you level up? It's subjective, of course. What being in the top 1% emotionally means to me might be different for you. But there are some things we can all agree on. No one wants to live in fear, or anger, or stress, or depression. So maybe the climb begins with asking, what can we actually control? Fear is one of the easier ones to train. Repeated exposure makes it weaker. You're scared of spiders? Hold a spider every day. Afraid of heights? Go skydiving every day. After enough jumps, it's the lack of fear that will bother you. One of the most risky things for people who skydive a lot is when you have 1,000 jumps and you lose the sense that you're doing something dangerous. You don't even get the adrenaline rush anymore. They forget to deploy their chutes. Eventually the fear fades. Anger though, that's harder. Anger lives in the gap between expectation and reality. You think, this shouldn't be like this, and in that instant, bam, rage. But if it rains every day, the rain doesn't upset you. You expect it. If it never rains and suddenly a storm ruins your day, soaks your clothes, makes you late, you explode. Because this wasn't supposed to happen. Same with trading meme coins. You think you know what you're doing, and then overnight everything crashes to zero. And that thought, this wasn't supposed to happen. That's the moment anger is born. Climbing emotionally means closing that gap, aligning your expectations with reality. Money's easy to measure. Emotional wealth is invisible. You can see financial success from a distance. The houses, the lifestyle. But emotional success, you only see it under pressure. When everything falls apart, the emotionally wealthy don't lose their center. That's the quiet currency of composure. Now, just like with money, some people are born closer to emotional wealth. Not everyone starts from zero. Think of Grey Worm from Game of Thrones. He wasn't the quickest, not the strongest, but he was always the bravest. Some people are just born with that. We all knew that kid growing up, the fearless one, the confident one, the composed one. It just means they had less of a climb. But the game is still the same. It's the same for everyone. To grow, to adapt, to manage the self. So ask yourself, are you in the 1%? What would being in the top 1% emotionally look like for you? And do you think there's anything you can do to get closer to it? Because if emotional wealth is real, then every moment of self-awareness, every act of patience, every time you choose calm over chaos, you're climbing. If you like this kind of content, please share it.